Hello children, welcome to CA session. Students, today we will continue the same chapter 1, Internet Basics. So students, today we will start with difference between web page and website. We have already discussed about both. So once again, the website, it is a group of linked pages, you know very well. The website is collection of web pages. These web pages are interrelated. So website is a central location on the web server. That means after making the group of web pages means a website, we have to keep it on the web server. So keeping the website on the web server, that means the central location on the web server. So a specific address will be there for that website to open. Okay. So here the website can have one or more pages. Okay. It can be having one page also. Like if we are making one page website, we can upload it on the server. So the page that will open, it will be the home page, and it can be collection of web pages also. So the page that opens is home page and the other pages will be linked to it, and all other pages link will be there on the home page. So by clicking on the link on the home page, we can go to other related web pages. So here this I have given a website address www.hgischool.co.in. So this is the website URL. Okay, so it is a central location on the web server and it will always open the home page of the website. Now web page. Web page means a single page of the website. Okay, so it will be a single page. You know very well in a web page what you can see. You can see text, images, audio, video, then graphics, animations, etc. So we will be able to see hypertext in a single web page, and if a HGI school website is there, then there will be home page, about us page will be there, contact us page, student page, staff page, gallery or video, media, etc. Okay, so there can be register page also in other websites, sign in page, sign up page or login page. Okay, so it depends on us what the name we are giving to our page. Now students, web browsers. So web browsers are the softwares. You are already using web browsers like Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome to visit any website. Okay, so if you have to see any website on the internet, then you will open Google Chrome web browser or any other web browser, and then there are two types of web browsers. Two types of web browsers are graphical browsers and text-only browsers. So graphics means pictures and text-only browsers means only text, no pictures. Okay. So in graphical web browsers, you will be able to see the text, images, audio, video, animations, etc. But in text-only web browsers, we will be able to see only the text. Okay. So for graphical web browsers, we have the examples like the web browsers you are using in your daily life, like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera Mini, Safari, Netscape Navigator. Netscape Navigator is the first graphical based web browser. Next is text only browser. So example of it is Lynx, Lynx. Lynx is a browser that shows only website in the text mode. Okay, you will be able to see the text of the website, no pictures, graphics, etc. Now blogs. So blogs are online journal. Okay, it is made by an individual. Okay, it will be a personal web page or maintained by an individual so that he or she can post entries on it on regular basis. So they can post ideas, thoughts, views, anything related to their interest. Okay. So there are various websites like Twitter, that is the most common example of the blogging website. Then blogger.com, blogspot.co.in also allow you to create blogs, and blogger.com allows you to create blogs, and there are many other websites. So blogger means the person who is writing the blog. So if I am writing the blog, then I am a blogger. Okay. Blogging means art of writing the blog. Okay. Some people have habit of writing something like poems, articles, then stories, etc. So they can simply post their creation, their post on the daily basis on the blog. Okay. So art of writing the blog is blogging. There are different types of blogs. So like personal blogs. Personal means will be our own personal blog maintained by individual. Okay, we can post something related to our interest. We can post ideas, thoughts, quotes, or then audio, video, songs, anything we can post. And here in personal blog means most of the blogs available online are personal blogs. Then the next is news and views blog. So these types of blogs are actually created by generalists. Okay, they used to create these blogs for their company. Means any television channel, or it can be of news also. Okay, so on this we will be, means generalists will be able to post the news, views, etc. and people will be able to read it, and if they want to give any opinion, they can give opinions also, because in blogs we have facility to put comments also. Okay, so people can comment on it. Next is company blogs. So company blogs are maintained by individual company. So company can post something related to their products and services on the blogs. Okay, so customer, those who are interested in that particular company's blog, they can see the articles, they can read the articles. Okay, and they can simply go through all services and products related blogs which is available on the blog. Next is microblogs. Micro means small. So microblogs allows us to enter the blogs, means enter the post, but here there is limitation of the post. In this we can post up to 140 characters or around that. Okay, like Twitter. Twitter you have seen, it is a microblogging website, and in that we can create our account. It is so easy to create an account nowadays. We can simply create it with the help of email IDs or mobile phones. Okay, and then after creating the account we can update our profile and we can start putting our entries. Okay, we can simply start putting our post and people can comment on it, they can share it. Okay, so Twitter have limitation, that is we can post only 140 character in a single post, and that is why it is a microblogging website. Now students, advantages and disadvantages of blogs. So advantages enable us to write thoughts. So here students, we will be able to write our own thoughts, ideas, views, articles, letters, story, anything we can write over here. It will be on a specific topic or maybe any topic, and it will be of our interest. Okay, so whatever you are writing, blogs are public to all, everyone will be able to see. Okay, so everyone will be able to see over the internet, that means it is public, and if we write something in anger, then maybe we can regret for it later on. Okay, so we have to take care while writing something, posting something on blogs. It is very easy to set up, we don't need technical knowledge. Nowadays, it is very easy to log in into any website. We simply need our email addresses or contact number, and we can log in into any app or a website, blogging website. So blog may be biased. Okay, it can be biased for a particular religion or a community. Okay, so maybe whatever we are writing on the blog, it is inaccurate. Okay, incorrect. So like if we are posting any facts in the blogs, then maybe the facts we are posting, those are incorrect. Then easy and quick to update. Okay, so as it is easy to set up the blog, it is very easy to update also. If we can simply modify the post, we can click on edit button, and then we can make the changes and we can put many blogs. It is time consuming. Okay, like if we are posting something, obviously we have to think and write. Okay, so maybe it happens that while writing the post, it takes too much time. Then people can leave comment. People can leave comment on it because it is public and there is comment box. So those who are able to see your post will be able to comment. And disadvantage is that people may leave rude comments. That is possible that either they leave rude comment or they can put inappropriate comments which we will not like. Next, we can read others' blog. So benefit is that we can read other people blogs. There are so many blogs available, millions of blogs available over the internet. We can find the best one and we can read it. But A disadvantage is that there are many dull blogs. Many of the millions of people have created their blog. Now it is not necessary that on all the blogs there is meaningful content. Okay, so we have to once go through all these blogs and then we have to find the best one which we can read. Now students, web address. So web address is also known as URL and it is the address of the website. It is unique address for the website. You might have seen if you type any website address in the address bar, only one website opens. Its full form is Uniform Resource Locator, and when we have to open a website, we have to open the web browser. In the web browser, in address bar, we have to type the address of the website. That means we have to type the URL of the website in the address bar of the web browser. Here I have given an example of our school website. So here http:// we used to write, that means the browser will make HTTP request, that means the browser will make the request for the web page. Okay, so http:// is a type of server that we are accessing. Here we will access the web server, that is why http:// is written. Okay, so FTP server is also there, mail server, there are different types of servers. So HTTP, either it will be a type of server or we can also say protocols. Now www.hjischool.co.in, it is the address of the server. Okay, the website address. It will open the home page. From www.hjischool.co.in/students.aspx, that means it is the path of this file. It is path of the specific file and the file name is students.aspx. Okay, so this URL will open the students.aspx page of HJI School website. So now students, we will discuss about various servers available, okay, and the protocols used to access the data from the server. So different servers are FTP, Gopher, HTTP, mail servers, news server, etc. So FTP server, FTP means file transfer protocol. Okay, so FTP server uses file transfer protocol and it is used to store the file in hierarchical structure. Okay, so it is responsible for downloading and uploading the files also. Then Gopher server, it is using TCP/IP protocol. TCP means transfer control protocol and IP is internet protocol. So TCP/IP protocols organize the file in menu structures. Now HTTP server, it is used to send the request of hypertext files. So HTTP protocol is used. HTTP full form is Hypertext Transfer Protocol and it is used to send the request for the hypertext file. Hypertext file means multimedia file. The file which contain text, images, graphics, animations, audio, video, etc. Okay, so actually the web page. Now mail server. So mail server uses POP protocol and SMTP protocol. POP means post office protocol, SMTP means simple mail transfer protocol. So these protocols are responsible to send messages and receive messages via emails. Okay, so emails are using mail servers. Now news. So for news there is NNTP protocol. That means Network News Transfer Protocol. And this protocol organizes the news groups in hierarchical structure. Okay, so there will be news groups on it where people can join in a community and then they can simply post news, views, etc. Now domains. So these types of domain suffixes you have seen after the address of the website, means in the domain name or the URL you have seen the domain suffix. So there are different types of domain suffix. So first of all there is .com. .com means like google.com and so on. So google.com is commercial, means it is for large organizations. .edu is used for educational websites. .gov is used for government website. Then .mil is used for military websites. Then .net is used for network resources, means the company is providing the network resources facility like ISPs. ISPs are providing internet services like VSNL.net. So VSNL.net full form is Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited. Okay, so that company provides network services to their customers. Now .org. that is for non-profit organizations, means any organization. Then .co, it is for a company, okay, listed companies. Then .tv, that can be used for televisions to telecast the television channel and companies, etc. Okay, so it depends on us that which domain we are purchasing for our website. Okay, so all these domains have different prices. These domains you can purchase from GoDaddy or any other website. Now, some countries' abbreviations are also there. In the domain you might have seen, like HG website, there is hgischool.co.in. So .co means a listed company and .in means Indian company. Okay, so the same way there are so many suffixes. Okay, so google.co.in is also there. The same way we can also write google.co.uk. Okay, so here for .au, that means .au means Australia, .ca means Canada, .dk means Denmark, .fr means France, .in India, then .gp is Japan, .nz is New Zealand, .uk United Kingdoms, and .us means United States. So students, now news group. So news group is also known as forum. So it is actually the online community bulletin board, means people can create online communities, any group, and then they can discuss about any topic. Okay, so they can simply post news also, or any view they can post, and then after that people can simply comment on it, they can reply on it. If the question is posted and then some messages are related to it, that particular group of messages, related messages, are known as thread. The examples of news group are alt.tennis, alt.astrology, conf.language.c++, etc. So there are various types of groups on a specific topic. If we have to create a news group, then it is very easy to create. We can simply go on any e-group website, means news group website, like we consider example of groups.yahoo.com. So you have to open groups.yahoo.com, then you will get the search box. In search box you can type the specific topic of which you want to make the group, like tennis. Then after that you will get tennis related groups, and you can open any group and then you can sign up. That means you can register on the website, means that particular news group, and then you can become the member of the club, and then you can write views on it. Now HTML. HTML is actually hypertext markup language, a special language to create a web page. Okay, and with the help of many web pages we can create a website. So everything you are able to see on the internet, on the web, with the help of web browser, it is written in the special language that is known as HTML. It was invented in 1990s by Tim Berners-Lee. So here few words are there. Hypertext. Hypertext means digital text. The text you are able to see on the web page, and the links that takes us to the other web page. Okay. Then markup. Markup means these are symbols or simply instructions that will simply indicate the format, style, structure for a web page. Okay. So there are different tags in HTML. You know very well those are markups. So all those markups are for a specific purpose. They can simply format, they can design something on the web page. Now markup language. Markup language means simply overall set of standards. That means there are various markup languages like HTML, XML, etc. These are all under HTML, are created with the help of well-designed tags and structure. For every language there are some well-designed tags and structure to create a markup scheme. For HTML also there are well-designed tags and structures. So here we can simply create an electronic document with the help of HTML, that is known as web page. Now students, we will discuss about various protocols. So I have already explained few protocols earlier, like HTTP, FTP, then POP, SMTP, NNTP, etc. So protocols are actually set of rules. If we have to conduct anything, some set of rules are made. Same way on internet also, if we have to transfer data from one computer to another computer, that means to exchange information, there are some set of protocols used. So first of all, HTTP. To make a secure connection To simply transfer hypertext from web server to the web browser or vice versa, the HTTP protocol is used, okay, to send the request to the web server and receive the request in form of hypertext. So hypertext full form is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So apart from this, HTTPS is also there. HTTPS means Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. So this will be the secure connection. This will be the normal connection. If we have to visit any website, we can simply write http:// and then any website name. But sometimes you might have seen that this type of protocol is seen in the address bar of the website when we are making secure connection, like when we log in into any website, or when we have to put confidential information like payment related information, or bank websites have HTTPS in the URL. Okay, like https://www.sbi.co.in. So it will be a bank website and it will be a secure website so that the data cannot be hacked. Transfer information without the security. So in HTTP, this comes with many websites, all the websites which are not secure. Okay, means the websites which simply share information, etc. So they transfer information without the security. Okay, but HTTPS transfer information with SSL. SSL means a secure socket layer certificate is purchased. Okay, and then it is linked to the website so that the data transfer from one computer to another computer is completely secure. So what will happen in SSL? The data that is transferred will be encrypted. That means the data, original data will be converted to some other message. That means ciphertext, means any third language that hackers cannot understand. Okay, so it will be encrypted, means converted to some other language, and then it is sent to the network. Okay, so it will be a total secure connection. HTTP will be useful for sending non-sensitive information. We can send non-sensitive information as the connection is not secure. Obviously, we cannot send sensitive information over it. Otherwise, there can be a data theft. Now, HTTPS is used for transferring the sensitive information because there is SSL. HTTP is used for blogs, entertainment, info and general articles, means the websites providing general information. There HTTP is used, and HTTP is used for exchanging confidential information like login details, bank details, payment details, etc. Here HTTP does not require any additional technology, but in HTTPS we need a technology that is SSL certificate. Okay, to make secure connection between two devices, there is requirement of SSL certificate in HTTPS. So that means HTTPS will be totally secure. So other types of protocols are there like TCP/IP. So this protocol is used for the communication over the internet. Then POP, Post Office Protocol, it is used to receive emails. SMTP, this is Mail Server Protocol. POP is also Mail Server Protocol. So SMTP full form is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and it is used to send emails over the internet. Then FTP. FTP means File Transfer Protocol. It is used to transfer the files over the network, that means between two devices. Then VoIP, that means Voice over Internet Protocol. That means this protocol is used to make voice call using internet. So students, I hope you understood this chapter. This chapter is over. Now you have to complete the book exercise and question and answers. Thank you. Have a nice day.